Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. We're back again, this time with a podcast. It's been a while since we've done a podcast, so we had to make it a special one. So we brought in a special guest. Most of you all know him as the Toxic King from TikTok, Mr. Pain2ban.
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm excited to do this shit once.
Good to have you on our channel. It's been a really long time since we did a podcast, so we're hoping today's one will be an interesting one. So obviously everyone knows you as Pain2ban. They don't know your real name, they don't know nothing about you. So today's podcast, we're gonna get to know you a little bit more, what you have going on in your life, for the fans, your fans, our fan base to know. So tell us, how did you get the name Pain2ban?
Okay, so if I have to voice, firstly I'm a duck anime fan, big anime fan. So I know I caught on to Naruto quite late, but once I started Shippuden, it was quite sick. One of my favorite characters of all time is Nagato, but he goes by Pain because he has what does he do? He must pushes his subconscious into so many other what's the word for them?
Like other characters and stuff.
Yeah. So basically, I hope you don't mind, I'm gonna read it off of here.
Yeah,
He loves it. He loves anime.
I'm also a
He's
heavy
anime.
like every time people ask me like stuff, I always give them like, I literally don't watch any normal series. I just feel like if you watch anime, you can't go back to a normal series.
You really can't. And the thing is with anime, you binge watch it straight on.
And for all of you that tell me like, hey, she's too long. Like, I mean, what Naruto and Shippuden together is 900 episodes.
900.
900 episodes. I watched all 900.
Bro, say my binge watched it in like 3 months. Finished.
Whoever's not watching anime, like,
Up on that shit. Up on it, legit. So the thing is, I fell in love with Pain's ideology. There was a scene where he speaks to Naruto in a cave. This is now after the fight, the main fight. And Naruto's trying to like get him to not end the world in a sense. But what Pain says is this generation, the new generation that grew up outside of war, we can try and find meaning in it, like through the older generation that have been through it. But you know what, in reality, it just comes at loss and unbearable pain. All the meaningless and senseless death releases a cycle of violence and hatred that never ends. So when I looked at this, I didn't take it in the sense of literal war. I took it in the sense of us as individuals. At the end of the day, each of us are fighting our own battles and we struggle with our own war. And the pain and the loss that we go through by ourselves, it builds our own type of hatred, you know. It builds this facade in us that, you know, we don't want to see others do better than us. We want to be on top all the time, and that builds jealousy. And with that, I mean, we should just try and be better. And that's when Naruto came in to say there is hope for the world. The younger generation can take that step to say, you know what, you guys, all you guys think about as the older generation is that the next person, you can't trust them. Whereas if you build trust within yourself and love in yourself, you can trust the next individual next to you. And with that, I fell in love with that. So that's where Pain came from. 2ban was like a movement that in high school I started with a few of my friends. So like back in the day, I used to do music, I used to rap and stuff. So there were about 2 rappers in the group. There was a fashion designer, a photographer. So we just started this collective together. 2ban stands for To Be a Newman. A Newman is a collective of gents who are trying to do better for society and do better for the world without judgment around us. We don't pass judgment within the group or outside of the group. So that's basically where Pain2ban came from. You know,
so do you,
That makes sense.
with watching all this anime, I'm sure you watch other animes also. Do you actually live by some of the words that they say in anime?
I feel like I do, man. If there's one thing, right, most people will always ask me, like, next year I plan on leaving. I plan on leaving in January, February. I'm gonna be traveling for about 9 months, doing different countries and stuff. Basically backpacking, trying to get to know the world by myself and maybe expand my horizons, become more mature in that sense. But if there's one place where I'd love to be and settle down, is Tokyo. And because of that, it's just the Japanese culture. People have respect for each other. Even your surname has so much respect behind it. So whatever you do in public, you know, it can reflect on your family and stuff. So if I think about it, the reason I fuck with anime and what they say in it is because Japanese people are just woke on a whole different level. If you think about it, we don't see their culture as much as you see everyone else's culture.
That's true, actually.
They keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
They keep it right there. So if I had to, I'd want to sit down, probably smoke a scape with a Japanese elderly man and hear what he has to say. Hear what stories he can tell me and what life lessons he can teach me. And I'd let that soak in. Compared to people who are in this country, who literally all they ever complain about is ANC and how this country is fucked up now and you know we're going nowhere. Whereas other countries, they've never seen it like that. They just see it as their day-to-day life. So what they're going through daily is what they're going to teach you. So I'd like to say yes, when I watch anime, I take in what I can.
Okay, one more thing I want to ask you based on anime, right? I see you also gymming and stuff. Does anime help you to push more in the gym?
Definitely. Look, when I gym for aesthetics. I like to see my vascularity, I like to see my muscles. I am quite a hairy gent, so at least maybe once every 3 months I'll do hair removal just so I can see every strand ripple in my chest or in my shoulders. So I like to see the definition.
Because I'm trying to get my gym partner here to watch anime, right? It's a bit hard to get him, but I'm trying to tell him you know, it's different when you watch anime and you gymming. It really pushes you.
It does.
I'm trying to convince him, but I don't think he takes me serious.
To start at Baki then.
Where to start?
Be honest, look at the man's body type. Baki, straight in.
That's what
told me the same
I told him
thing.
the same thing. And the thing is, he didn't even watch.
But he told me
Baki.
Baki is a shit series. I shouldn't.
Look, it is in the sense that, what I like about it, I don't like the anime style. You know, each anime has its own type of.
Yeah, the style of Baki itself is just
But
I
he
feel
seems
like
dope.
he just got hyped up because of the whole gym.
Yeah, it did. The thing is also the second part of season 1, you don't even see Baki because he got injured.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not the best anime, but for gym boys, for the gents who are trying to get Dax, yeah, you love it. Honestly,
To that,
definitely.
And it's a short
because
series
we'll be jamming, right? And you'll be putting on that anime music and shit like that. Then he'll tell me tell me something. Then he'll say I'm Baki and he'll fucking.
I say I'm
push me.
Goku and then I start
Goku.
screaming in the gym and fucking.
Yeah, because you unlocking your Super Saiyan.
Thank
It's
you!
It's weird
Thank
there
you.
because he won't be able to push. But the minute he starts talking of and fucking screaming, he pushes
Just
it up.
think about it. If he's saying Goku has never failed to set a limit on himself. He's always transcended his limit. And he can do it within days, within hours, within minutes. And if you can put yourself in that mindset. The thing is, when I gym, I like to go blank. I can be thinking and stuff when I'm not setting. In between sets in my breaks, I'll think of the weirdest shit in gym. Or I'll even think about the things that made me angry in the week or what didn't sit right with me. But the moment I have the weights on my lap and I'm about to push up, blank. From there, you just have to push with your own mentality, your own strength. And that's right. When using Goku as a reference, just sus, you can't go wrong.
Should start.
See?
You can't go wrong, man. Honestly.
I blast the fucking anime music in my ear. And it's hardstyle music, and in that hardstyle, you'll just hear Goku, Vegeta all screaming, they saying their words. I was just wanna fast.
That
Actually,
shit
it was
was
with
your...
your-
I'm jamming. That's about.
Your 7th to 10th reps. How difficult is that?
It's
But hearing
quite
that
tough.
scream in your ear.
Ask him, you literally, every time I tell him, when it's our last set, if you're doing dumbbell, the dumbbell stuff, I always tell him, watch, I'm gonna do it now. And I put both earphones, I blast it in, and I managed to push it. Sometimes I fail, but at least I'm trying, you know.
Oh, wait. Easy things.
You seem like you jam a lot, okay? Please explain to him how important it is to push till failure because he doesn't like pushing till failure.
You have to push the failure. That bit of strain on your body where it's about to give up, that's what's building your muscle the most, because there's where your muscle strands are tearing, and as you know, each muscle strand that tears doubles when it regrows. So you pushing in that last little, that's the most detrimental part to gymming. You can't give up in those. If you don't want a spot, don't be a lighty, take the spot. You're gonna need that spot, because once you get it to the top, watch, next week you're gonna see that size difference. You're gonna see how much you grow.
Would you ever change to be a fitness influencer?
Bro, if I'm gonna be honest so I don't know, you guys know, most people know, my occupation is diesel contracting, and then I model also on the side. But The thing is with the diesel contracting, it's family, man. It's family business. And like my spending in that, it gets capped by my dad and his brothers because they always want you to save. They want you to like not make stupid mistakes that they did in the past. You see, that's another thing about the older generation. They'll lead you with their mistakes. They won't let you make your own mistakes, and I don't like that. So I've been wanting to leave the game. And with this traveling thing, I actually want to go study a course at HFPA. It's in Sunninghill. It's a personal trainer course, 6 months. And after that, you get your certificate, everything. You can go work on the ships. You can go work on personal yachts. You can travel. And yeah, bro, I'd love to. If there's one thing I used to love about training, is that I was the most aesthetic guy in the gym. Always. You could always see my muscles and stuff. So the kids that were under me would always come and ask me to train them. And I didn't necessarily like it because most of the kids would come for a week or 2 weeks and they give up. That mentality, that motivation and consistency is gone. So I'd love to train other people. I'd love to even show off my sets, my workout routines and stuff, even my meal plans. I feel like people don't really follow meal plans.
Follow like a strict meal plan.
I do 5 meals a day. Breakfast is big. A lot of people can't eat in the morning, but if there's one thing you need to do is get yourself out of that mentality. Like everyone like says breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Don't ignore that. It's because that's what's gonna get you. When you wake up in the morning, you can either feel motivated or you can feel lethargic. And breakfast is gonna knock you out of that lethargic state. It's gonna make you feel like, okay, now I can start my day. So I'll start off with 2 eggs, chicken fillet, 2 slices of bread, and then I'll have my shake. Shake is about 100 grams of oats, 50 grams of muesli, 1 banana, tablespoon of peanut butter, tablespoon of Greek yogurt, and 350 ml of milk. And now wait, anyone with a fast metabolism, if you are drinking that in the morning, I promise you, there, elite.
And a chicken and rice diet?
That's all I'm on. But it's difficult because you can get very nar of it.
Yeah, he's been on it. I tried it for like 2 weeks. I feel like I wasn't mentally prepared for it.
The thing is, it's tough because it's a bland meal. The nothing is, look, I also come from an Indian background on my dad's side. Like, hey, the spices are there. I'm not gonna fail to use my hot sauces and stuff like that, even though you're not really supposed to.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be salt and pepper chicken, but I can't. The same salt and pepper chicken every day, it tends to get gnarly, especially with the rice. You catch yourself by the last couple of forks, but you're trying to gag because you can't get anything down anymore. It is a tough one. It really is.
I basically want to know, like you told me just now, you're a diesel contractor or something like that. Can you just tell me more of that? Is that like your job?
So yeah, it is my occupation. The second question that we're gonna get into, the one that you guys have lined up for me, it links up with that. Yeah. But I jumped out of my comfort zone about 1.5 years ago. I moved out of Joburg. Growing up in Joburg my whole life, I felt like I got a bit too comfortable. And with that, I was just going to parties every weekend, coming home, lumming by the house. I wasn't doing anything. I dropped out of varsity 4 months before my degree. I did 2 years, 6 months of my degree, and then I dropped out because like I felt like I wasn't doing that for me. What I was studying was for my mom, because my dad wanted me to take a gap year. He wanted me to travel. My mom panicked. She was like, no, he needs a degree, and she put me in the nearest college she could. One thing about my parents, they always pay up front all the time. So first year they dropped full tuition, and with that I couldn't say no. So I went there. I felt lifeless, man. I didn't know what I was doing on this campus every day. All I was doing was smoking, blooming with the ohms. I passed all of my courses basically with YouTube. Everything was on YouTube, and that's how I passed my exams. So I didn't know exactly why I was paying so much if I'm passing off of YouTube. So I took myself out of that, and I kind of went into like this pit, if I must say. I went into a dark state, and one of my friends from one of my high schools, my dad and them phoned him up and they were like, look, our son's not doing well. He's like, we're really worried about him. His mental state's not there anymore. I went to rehab. I did a full 21-day course, but not for drugs, not for anything like that. I went in for depression, but came out diagnosed with stage 2 bipolar. And that just knocked me into a whole different gear. Like I was taking meds for it and stuff, and I was just feeling very down. My friend came to me and he said, look, your parents have this much land in Mpumalanga. What if I come to you and I give you this amount of diesel? What do you think you can do with that diesel? And I thought about it for so long. I thought to myself, honestly, what can I do? Because the main question we always sit with is, how can we make money today? How can we make money tomorrow? That's how we, as gents, that's how we think. Because at the end of the day, you want to be the breadwinner in your household. You want to be like supporting your family and providing for them. So what I did was, I stopped thinking from Joburg. I packed up everything and I left. I moved that side to Mpumalanga. My parents have an estate that side. It's about 54 hectares of land. And on that land, there's 3 different houses, distance away from each other. And they put me in a house by myself. And with that, there was no furniture in the
It
house.
wasn't your choice to stay alone.
No, it was definitely, because I've been staying by myself since 17, since grade 11. My parents moved away from Joburg when I was in grade 11 already. So I was in our Joburg house by myself already for so long. I got used to that comfortability and that space of my own, you know. So when I moved that side, I told them I'm not moving back in with you guys. I can't do that. So my dad gave me one of the houses. He said, you do what you want with this house. No furniture, nothing in there. I had to put beds, repaint it, do the plumbing and everything. And I sat there for about a month thinking what I could do with this diesel. So my friend borrowed me one of his trailers. So it was 1,000 liters. And I went there with 1,000 liters, and literally it has an electric pump on it. I flipped 1,000 liters in 2 weeks. And with that, I think I made like a 3 grand profit. I gave him that 3 grand and he gave me another trailer on loan. Then this is where the opportunity came. One of the farmers nearby, he's a horse farmer. He wanted 1,000 liters on that day. So I sold that whole trailer on the day. And I messaged my friend to say, check here, it's gone. From there I sat and I thought to myself, you know what I can do? There's about 82 farms around here. Some of the biggest citrus farms in Africa is there in Mpumalanga. And I went to these different farmers and I sat down there. And the thing is, now there you're not in your comfort zone anymore. I had to learn about, like I went to a law school as a primary school, so I was good in Afrikaans already. But here I had to be like on top form because these were boer fathers. And I literally, from there, I picked up about 4 clients. And in a week, I'd be selling 1,000 liters to this one, 500 to this one. And I pushed like that till they spread my name, you know, word of mouth. I got to like 10 clients. And from there, I was pushing from 5,000 liters to 20,000 liters every 2 weeks, making my profit off of that. And that's when my dad really, he built his respect for me. I was like, yo, the slight, he actually sat down. He made the choice to like go out there and see what people have to offer, and he's making his money. I made my profits. I paid back those trailers I took on loan, and then I started buying diesel for myself. And now at the moment, I have a garage that side. It sells 93 unleaded and 50 ppm, and it runs itself. I just order about 7,500 liters a week, which come out to about 98,000 rand. And the truck will go deliver it, put it in the tank. From there, the workers will fill up cars and stuff. But like I said, I am feeling like I just want to start branching out from it now, because I'm getting too caught up in the family business. And like my cousins, my male cousins and stuff, they were smart enough to go off and do their own things. I'm the last unmarried grandchild, and like my granny is so, she's persistent. She's trying to even find wives and stuff, and I laugh myself duck, I won't lie. But yeah, my cousins made that conscious decision to go live their own lives, and they're happy. And now I see myself getting sucked into this family business, where I see myself becoming like my dad and his brothers, so business driven and stuff, and never gonna have time for your own family, your kids and your wife and stuff. And I don't want to get there in life. But I will. That's.
I feel like you at the age where you ready to settle down.
Not a chance. I feel like I have to be like 28, because that gives you 2 years with your wife, you know. And then by 30, like, this is how I see it, right? You get your teen years. Your teen years is where you're coming into that adulthood. You're not sure what is the real world and what is school life and how you're gonna put it together and stuff, because you're gonna go to varsity. Even if not, you're gonna go straight into a job or something, and like, you need to figure it out for yourself. And then your 20s. Your 20s, you are an adult, but you're still not an adult. You're still trying to figure it out. Because think about how many people are coming to the end of their 20s and they still don't know what they're doing. So it comes in chapters. You get your teen chapters, your adult chapters, but your real adulthood is after 30. So if you're gonna get married at 28, you have 2 years with your wife. By 30, you have a kid, and that's your next chapter. Your 30s is now focusing on your family. No partying, no doing other things. You now want to start saving for family holidays and things like that there. So at this age, I'm turning 23 in 2 weeks. I don't feel like I'm ready to settle down. Not a chance.
So what do you like want to branch off
from the diesel contracting? So there's two opportunities for me at the moment, which is the ships, MSC. I have a referral that can put me on the ships. I'll be traveling for 9 months at a time, and I'll be back home for like 3 months and then back on the ship every time. That's a cycle. The thing is, you train people on the ship the way, it's like one of my cousins are doing it at the moment, and the way he explains it, like the video he sent me of his cabin, beautiful. You get a queen size bed, a couch, plasma screen, bathroom, balcony, overlooks the entire ocean. And then the gym is like on the 4th floor. So right around his windows, and all you're looking at is ocean. And basically people will jump onto the ship at different locations and stuff. But those people, say someone like you, that now you jump on the ship but you want a trainer. They're gonna assign me to this person now. And the thing is, it's not like waitressing or anything, because people will tell you like jobs on the ship is so shit. Because they'll treat you like scum or whatever. But that's like if you're a bartender, if you're a waiter, if you crew deck or any of that. Being a personal trainer, it's your own hours. It's when your client needs you there and then out again. So if you're just training this client for 2 hours, you might train 3 clients for the day. That's 2 hours per client, and then you're back in your cabins. At the same time, the ship has a club. It's free access to everything. They feed you, they pay for your transport when you're up off the ship, and you get your lodging. So I feel like it's perfect. And then the second one, Qatar Airways. They're looking for a lot of young Indian Muslim men at the moment, because the Qatar World Cup is coming up soon, and they're trying to get as many young, like, good-looking men on the planes as possible. But the thing is, once you get the job, you don't live here anymore. You'll have to move to Doha, but they pay for your housing at Doha, they pay for your transport and your foods there as well. So you're making your salary off of the plane, and at the same time you're living for free in a different country.
And how do you apply for that?
Bro, literally, if I'm gonna be honest, for me it's more of connections. But if you go online, bro, you just search these things, you pop up these links, they give you your application forms and stuff, and you get into it. Like with Qatar, I know you just have to send a full body picture in a suit and then like a headshot, and if they approve of it within a week, they're gonna give you a Zoom call. On that Zoom call, you have, like, obviously I can't go with piercings or anything like that there, because they're very strict on that. But you have your Zoom call, and then within another week they'll tell you if they want you. And if they want you the next month, you have to be ready to leave the country.
Yo, that's
To leave your family and everything, bro. But you're doing it for yourself at the end of the day. No way.
I would even kept that first thing you told me about.
The ship.
I think I was telling you
Yeah,
about
he told
it.
me about it.
I told him the exact same thing.
Bro, like right after this, I can send you all the links and stuff, bro. No stress.
That will be appreciated, bro.
No stress. All you're gonna have to do is do a 6-month course. You need your certificate to be a qualified personal trainer. Through HFPA, you pay, I think, 9 grand. That's your tuition for the 6 months. And then after the 6 months, they're gonna send you to Cape Town to do your pracs that side. You're gonna do your physical evaluations and stuff to see how your lung capacity is, your physical state, and then they will look at your application. They'll either put you on a commercial ship, or you can be put with a personal yacht. And those there, if you can get a personal yacht now, you're sorted, because you literally live on that person's yacht. Even if they're lazy to gym that day, you don't even have to train them, but they're literally gonna pay for everything for you, plus tip you and pay your salary.
Because I'm actually studying National Certificate in Fitness.
Yeah.
It's a 3-year course, but there's personal.
Now you see, that experience, 3 years, bro, gives you a stepping stool that's higher than everyone else who's trying to do this. They're looking for people who's more qualified. The 6-month course is just the minimum to get you in. The reason I'm doing it is because, like I said, I have a referral. This guy's been working on the ships now for 3 to 4 years. He can put me on his ship. But other than that, you looking at it, you get it more than anyone else because of how much experience you have in this game.
Let's hope so.
Hopefully.
That would be cool.
Anything else, fellas?
Oh yeah. You know, you have any sneaky links in
In
lanes?
lanes? Not in lanes, Gazi. I was basing this man when we walked up here now. I waited about 3 to 4 medies in lanes my whole life. But if there's one thing I know about lanes medies now, firstly they're crazy as fuck. They're very possessive. And they just come with a lot of complications. They must come out of the house fully clothed, then in your car they're getting dressed like them off at home again, you must drop them a house down because they must walk up. The parents mustn't see the car.
Yeah, it's like that. This is
To get a girl out of the house, she must ask permission 4 days before. Like, I can't deal with things like that, you know. But away.
Okay, based on all of this, like cherries and stuff like that, right? And based on your TikTok about being the toxic king, was it a heartbreak that brought you to be a toxic person?
Of course it was, dog. Of course.
Yes, to be.
Of course. When I went through the heartbreak, I was a lighty. I've been seeing
You lighted around what age?
20. See, I don't feel like maturity comes with age. I feel like it comes with life experiences. And I went through a lot that put me where I am right now. And yo, bro, that heartbreak was one of the most detrimental things in my life that put me where I am right now. I'm single now for 2 years, so I've been running the streets for 2 years. But yeah, bro, look, when I love now, I love hard. I give my everything, and that's what I did with this girl. I gave her my absolute everything, and it just wasn't enough for her. It wasn't. Look, she was obviously in a whole different ball game as me. Our family was up on a different level, so her expectations were very high. And for my age, I just feel like it was impossible. Like I was never gonna amount to what she needed me to be. And look, it drove me down so bad, like to the point where I found out she was cheating on me. That finished me. And that's where it started bringing out my toxicity. Like, if you can do it, I can do it too. She cheated, I cheated too. You know, there were nights where I'd go out to the boys, say it's a boys' night. You know, we've been chilling the whole week, I need this for myself. And she's like, no, you can't go. I say, okay, why can't I go? I was like, I don't want you there because I know what girls is gonna be there. I know your ex is gonna be there, your past, whatever. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna stay at home. Just to find out 2 hours later, she's at the same place I was supposed to be at.
Yo!
Like that. I'm getting now videos from my boys to say, but didn't your mate say you can't come? I said, yeah, why? Videos, look, my ex is bisexual. So videos of her twerking on other girls and stuff, and I'm like, god damn. Now I'm sitting at home, I'm doing fuck all.
And she's out there.
Yeah,
Yo.
she's out there living her life. So what's the best case scenario for me in that moment? You know, I'd hit up someone from my past, go to that lady's house. You know, you out there having fun with everyone in the streets, I can be in the streets. And that's basically where it started. Towards the end of it, we were back and forth, you know, break up, make up, break up, make up. And if I'm gonna be completely honest, that relationship was fully based off of sexual activity. That's all we had to rely on. If we weren't in bed together, what did we have together? Like, we didn't have an emotional connection. And towards the end, I mean, shit, I wasn't eating. I had maybe 1 protein bar the entire day, 2 hours of sleep, and I was gaming for the rest. I never left my house. I lost so much weight. I went from 68 kgs to 53 in a matter of 2 months, doing nothing. That's when, like I said, my friend approached me with the diesel and stuff. He knocked me out of that gear. But yeah, it was like a full maybe a year and 4 months of just pain, bro. And like, I told myself, it was either being toxic or it was now going back to being a pop lighty that ladies are just gonna take you for one. Because that's what Joburg ladies are today. You know, we live in 2022, like there's no trust in the streets. Nothing. You can feel like this is your one. But what she's doing behind your back, you'll never be able to know. And that's, I have heavy trust issues, bro. I have heavy trust issues. But yeah, nah, heartbreak, obviously. Every man has to stem from it to become a playboy. It's a tough one.
But your content, like, do you pull a lot of mouths or? And what do you prefer? Do you prefer like one hot mouth or like?
Yeah. I'll be honest now. If I'm just gonna smash and dip, it can be any age. Preferably
You say
20.
Okay. I was about to. I was gonna ask.
Yeah, nah. But I prefer them mature. I prefer them older. I feel like older women know what they want. Even when you get in the bed, they know exactly what they want. There's no games to be played. There's no, oh, do you like this? Do you like... They know what they want to do to you. And if I'm being honest now, I haven't come across a MILF that didn't know what she's doing to me. Like, they whip it out and they know exactly what they're about to do, bro. And that's what I fall in love with every time. So, nah, I enjoy me the MILFs.
Do you ever see yourself settling down with the MILF? You do?
If I'm be honest with you now, I'm supposed to refrain from this topic. But I have a maidie at the moment. I wouldn't say she's my maidie. We haven't put labels on it or anything like that because I don't know doing that. I like to be patient. I like to take my time. I don't want to go through what I went through previously. And yeah, she's a MILF. She's 28.
Salute.
And she's 5 years older than me. No way, but she's nah. Fuck with her a lot. And if all goes well, you know, there's no nazar put on me or anything, I feel like it could go far. But taking my time with it. Taking my time.
Do you feel like if your ex has to come back into your life?
Fuck no. Fuck that bitch. Go sleep with the dogs if I get. If I'm be honest, my ex, after we broke up, she got engaged 3 months later. She's married.
Yo, that is.
She's married. She's living her life. She's happy. So I granted, you know, I never wish bad upon any person. Everyone's going through their own things, and you know, we all have to get to where we want to be at some point in our lives. So if she's happy, she's happy. I'm happy for her. But if she ever wants to come back to me for sick, yeah, tie that bitch to the back of my car and drag her. And
do you encourage this toxicity to younger?
Yep, definitely. Look now, if there's one thing also, I don't know if you guys like, do you guys groove? Do you guys go out? Yeah. Do you notice that a lot of the people there now are lighties? It's this new generation of lighties. And if there's one thing about these lighties that I fucking hate, is the cockiness, is the arrogance. Like, I feel like COVID really fucked up this generation because they didn't get to go through the teenage years of house parties and stuff where they could mature before coming to these parties and fucking themselves up completely. So the reason I encourage the toxicity is because COVID, it made these lighties weak. They're so weak. Like, yari, how are you gonna let maidis take advantage of you like that? Like, maidis will take that weakness and they'll use it to their advantage. They'll burn you. So you know what I say now? I say you burn them first. Fuck bitches. You young one. Like, I don't encourage settling down or finding someone before the age of 25. Look, I'm trying to do it now, but I'm doing that because I'm alone, gents. I live alone.
Yeah.
Like, it's clack lonely. To wake up every morning, you know, do your shit, come back to an empty house. It's a fucking big house to be alone in. So I'm just trying to fill that void of loneliness. But if you don't have problems like that now, if you live in a house with your family and stuff, you're not lonely, don't settle down. Because what life are you living? What are you gonna see? Because there you get stuck with a maidie like my ex, and then what? You're not allowed to go here. You're not allowed to do this. So where are you living essentially? So rather be toxic, man. And also with that now, with being toxic comes a lot of experience. A lot of experience. Things that you thought you'd never be able to do in your life. You know, it will also build up your confidence. As a man now, that's what we all need, is confidence. That's why there's so many simps. Today, there's no confidence. There's nothing. But away.
Do you watch Andrew Tate on Tito?
I fuck with Andrew Tate. That is top G, and that is the toxic king.
And recently I've been like watching a lot of him, like, but I feel like he brings a lot of masculinity also to the scene.
He does, because the lighties are popped nowadays. And like as a gent now, be in touch with your emotions and stuff. But also now, don't give girls that. You know, there's a line as men. I feel like that's why we have groups of gents. So you have the boys. If you want to speak about shit now, smoke a scape or something, blow with the Owens, speak it out. The Owens are going to give you the best advice that you can get. But with a maidis, all they want to do is listen. But at the end of the day, they'll listen now, and they'll still take you for a cut. You feel like you're special, telling this maidie about what happened to you in your life, your past traumas and stuff. And then 2 months later, she cheated on you. So did she ever take that into consideration? Did she ever think to say, this lighty went through this growing up, but now look what I just did to him? Like, honestly, nah, we need more masculinity. We do. And with Andrew, he's bringing it. He's bringing it straight forward to the gents. Like,
Going viral fast.
there's one thing he said now. We could stop so much problems in the world if ladies just had their fucking body counts written on their forehead.
I seen it, man. I seen it.
How much complications would end, bro? You don't have to come to with a bitch that says, I've only stepped with 2 people. Don't fucking lie. 2 people, but 5 of Owens is my Owens.
Yeah.
Don't come face me shit. I didn't see all your nudes already. Don't come lie to me in my face. And with that, now, ladies will fucking take you for one. Always. That's why as a gent, now, don't even feel bad. That's why a lot of my comments and shit will say, yeah, this lighty doesn't know how to respect women. This lighty must grow up. But growing up is knowing that you can't trust anyone in this world. You can't trust ladies. You really can't.
So how do you deal with, like, obviously with your fan base, you got like the positives, like people really like your content, and then you get some that watch your content but still hate on it.
Trolls. Negative Owens.
How do you?
I'm gonna be honest, for a while I didn't deal with it. Like, I never even read my comments. I never went through my comments and shit. Nowadays I'm getting more in tune with TikTok and I'm seeing, okay, yeah, people, they want to judge me but they don't know me. But look, if I have to put it this way now, there's people in this world, people that are sour, they're not content in their own lives. You know, people that live miserable day-to-day lives. And when people like that watch others happy and smiling all the time, they're always gonna hate. They're always gonna try and bring you down. The thing is how you fight against it, how you battle that, and how you react to it in your responses. You can either let it get to you and let it drown you, or you can come above it, you can mize it. The same way you mize a maid, you know, and it irritates her, mize them and watch how it irritates them more. It's the same thing. You don't need to take in this negative energy, because at the end of the day, that's what I'm built up of. I'm an open book, and with that, I'm positive all the time. All I ever try and do is boost positivity in myself and everyone around me, because negativity is gonna bring you down. This is the devil's world. This is Shaitan's world. If you're gonna let him get to you now, you're not gonna win in life. Not at all.
So with all your lives that you've been, I see recently you've been doing quite a few lives.
Yeah, and that's because of other influences, bro.
So are you like trying to get to know your fan base more?
Yeah, definitely. Like with my lives, a lot of the time people will tell me they appreciate that I respond to every comment. And that's because I'm trying to get to know every single person in that live. I'm not trying to ignore anyone. All the people that are doing lives now, they're doing it for this ranking and these gifts and
yeah, what is, I did like one live since I've been on TikTok.
Do you get money from
But
it?
I don't know, because I've seen everyone now, like when they do lives, they always put we ranking or
because all they want is money. So now you're using this platform to make money instead of trying to, you know, be an influencer. The thing is, I've never considered myself an influencer. Even when all the fans come up to me and take pictures and want autographs and stuff, like I've never really told myself you're an influencer. But as of recent, a lot of other content creators have come to me and said, start doing lives. Start getting like interactive with people, because people just know you as the guy who will either dance or sit with a comment on your video. They don't hear you speaking. So rather speak to the people and let them get to know who you are. And that's what I've been doing. And I feel like it's so nice, bro. Like getting to know other people that's in this country and shit, answering their questions. Like some people will ask, like, how can I make money today? Obviously I can't answer that for you because I don't know what you're going through. And if you have, because one thing about making money, you need money to make money. You need to invest or do something with money in order to pull like a profit back from it. And like I can't sit in my room trying to give you advice about making money if I don't know what you're doing on your day to day. But I do appreciate that I can be some sort of role model that you can come to and ask me something like that, because it means that you look up to me as some sort of role model, you know what I mean? And I appreciate that in the fans, man.
So based on what you're saying about a role model, right? Now with such a large fan base that you got, and with all the toxicity and stuff like that, do you feel like you becoming a positive role model?
Fuck yes. Fuck yes. I don't care what any of you say on this fucking thing. Go in the comments. I don't give a shit. I feel like I'm a positive role model. I feel like I allow people to see what can come out of numbing yourself. If you numb yourself to judgment now, you can become any fucking person you want to. Do you think Andrew Tate is where he is right now because he gives a fuck what other people think?
Nah, I feel like he's also been like through Like, you know, he had his phases also, I think.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. Like, I mean, coming from, I think he did those first type of Love Island things, you know, those big.
Yeah, actually,
Tristan.
yeah, no, that was the other brother, yeah.
That was the younger one, nah? And then, like, what did Andrew do, man? Andrew was
He was a kickboxer.
He was a kickboxer. But I seen one of his podcasts recently, how they actually got famous. So when they were
The
in...
only shit.
No, when they were in Romania or somewhere from where they're from. So there's a famous like news reporter, and she was married at the time. So they all had like one club or something like that. Then Andrew's brother, Tristan, actually hooked up with that news reporter in a club, and that's how they ended up going viral.
Why? Because she was married.
Yeah, she was married, and she's a famous like news reporter from that area. And like his brute Tristan was like a nobody, and he managed to pull us cherry. And then everything just like blew up, and then he got into a picture and stuff.
I never knew that about them. But yeah, like I'm saying, fucking with judgment, nah, it's gonna bring you down. But I feel like I can teach Owens that, like, there's people that will even ask me, don't you think there's Owens more attractive than you? Of course there is. If there's one thing I can say now, I'll never fucking be too arrogant in myself to say, yeah, this out is a good looking gent, but even in that man is good looking, you know why? Because he's confident in himself. So why can't you be confident in yourself? And that's what I'm trying to teach the kids, man. I'm trying to teach them that confidence is key. You know, self-love, self-respect. You need that shit to become a man, honestly. Otherwise, you're gonna be feeding off of your insecurities your whole life. You're never gonna get anywhere. You're just gonna be anxious all the time. Is this outie better than me? Yeah, is this outie, here's my medi. Can this outie take my medi off of me? Nah, you must tell yourself, fuck. This outie can try his best. I know at the end of the day when I have her fucking knees on my shoulders, she want me. You must be confident. So yeah, I feel like I'm quite a positive role model. Most people are gonna disagree to say, hey, not a chance, but hey, that's their own opinion at the same time, man. Same time.
Would you bridge off to other platforms?
Definitely.
So like YouTube, for example, like how we did. Okay, we're not such big creators on TikTok like you, right? But not many people are doing YouTube that we know.
I wanted to start YouTube when I was 16, when Jake Paul was popping off and O2L branched off into
I used to actually watch a lot of
Jake Paul. Same.
Paul at that time. At that time, because they were, like when he had that whole team 10, I was going.
Yeah, dog, when he had his E30 and stuff still, that's when I fucked with him. Now he's a puss, I don't know.
Who, Jake Paul?
Yeah, I feel like he's gone too arrogant.
Yeah.
Because since he's been winning all his boxing fights, like I feel like.
Bro, the man won 2 boxing fights. That's what Andrew faced. He's like,
I actually seen how Andrew called him out.
yeah, he said
but
he won 2 boxing fights. There are many in this world that have way less than you that will fuck you up today. And when that's the truth, and if I look at it, there's Owens here in the car seat that will fuck Jake Paul up with nothing, man. They'll move that,
I
man.
don't think Jake responded or anything, but he didn't.
Wrong, man, to take a fight up against Andrew. Andrew's like 6'6", 6'7", bro. He's fucking built, man.
The thing is, did Andrew ever box before? Or he's only been
That's what he said in the video. He's never boxed. He's only done kickboxing, but he knows he'll still fuck him up. Because have you seen how light he's on his feet? Have you seen him skip rope and stuff? Yeah, he's fucking on it, and he's quick. Jake is like this fucking sluggish, you know, short outie that'll never win.
So from the whole YouTube scene, like who's the people that you're currently watching? Other than us.
Sidemen. Yo, the Sidemen is my shit, and since day one. But I don't know if you know Kian Lolly and JC Kalen. They're also quite big at the moment. They started off as like this, like, you know, group recordings and stuff, and then they branched off into their own, their personal platforms, and they're making bank at the moment. So if I have to see myself as a YouTuber, it would be like that. I'd reference Kian Lolly and JC Kalen.
So
What type of content?
yeah, I was about to ask it also.
Basically, the shit that y'all are doing, you know, when you guys go to the spas and that, and you're like acting so fucking mal and
Oh yeah,
talking,
yeah.
do this type of shit. So I wanna, like, what I did was, I feel like I did it smart. I built my fan bases on TikTok, and now it will help me branch off into YouTube. I can.
Do you feel like that's a clever move? Because like with our group, right? Like we never really mention this because this is like between our group, right? But I like try to convince them as much as I can to grow on TikTok as an individual, because like all our YouTube videos that we do now is group-based videos, right? But all of us have separate TikTok accounts. So I try to influence them to like keep posting and growing as an individual on TikTok. So when we come as a group on YouTube, it helps the group video.
It does, because say someone is your fan or your brother's fan, they're gonna try on to see, okay, I want to see how he acts around his brows, how he is in his element and stuff. And I feel like it's a smarter option. Because to build like a group TikTok, people don't get to know you individually.
That's the thing. Like, that's why I even say, like, we do TikToks together. Like, we can do it only when we, like, before we do our group video. So it just gives them that little bit of time to do, like, a short.
Also, like, builds confidence.
It
like,
builds your confidence because
If you're trying to do a group TikTok now, I feel like you need to make a group TikTok page. You know what I mean? Like, have your individual TikTok, that's meant for you.
why I say they must do their individual TikTok is because, like, with our fan base from YouTube, right? So there's like most of us, like some of them started like recently with their TikTok, but like from the feedback that we get from like the people that are watching our videos, some of them still say that some of the group members are not as comfortable being in front of the camera. And I feel like by doing TikTok individually and you growing your page by yourself, you're gonna gain the confidence of being in front of camera alone. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And that's what I've been trying to tell some of the gents, but I don't think they're coming across it like that way, because like from all of our gents in our group, like, I've been doing it the longest, and then Khalil is basically like the second longest that's been a part of the group. And like you can see, like from all of us, you can see like who's the most comfortable in front of the camera and who's not comfortable, like fully comfortable. Because there's times where like they'll be in front of the camera, but they'll only really speak to their full potential when one of the other bras come in frame with them. If you know what I'm saying.
That's just based off of each artist's personality. Like, maybe one of your gents is shy to be on the camera like this, you know, camera shy by himself, but he unlocks himself around his owns because he knows he can be comfortable. If you acting like a dumb out here on the camera, he can do the same thing, whereas him acting dumb on the camera by himself just doesn't feel right. Because most of the time when you make your TikToks, you watch yourself back while you're editing the video and stuff. You're watching it back and it can be cringe. So now what if us out, he looks at it over and over and he's like, nah, this isn't it. But with the Owens, he's feeling confident, you know what I mean? But you are right. I feel like you need to build that confidence by yourself in order to bring it through amongst other people as well. Because look, if I have to use myself as an example, if I didn't do all this TikTok stuff, I wouldn't have been able to sit in front of the camera like this. I wouldn't have been able to speak to you guys and
like that's what I'm saying, because like when we do our podcast, always the person we have as a special guest is always alone with one camera facing them. Like that's why I think why also we're so comfortable, because we're always two sitting on that side of the screen. So do you feel like as an individual, TikTok has helped you like build that confidence to be in front of, besides sitting with us, but like if anyone has to come up to you with the camera?
Yeah, I'm confident in that sense. I'm confident in front of the camera, definitely. I wouldn't say TikTok helped build that confidence. The streets helped that confidence a lot. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to sound cocky, but I don't know when's the last time I've been rejected. And with that's where my confidence came from. So when I put myself on the camera, like I was already doing modeling, so what was the difference, you know? And yeah, bro, like you'll see, even when I dance and stuff, I can't dance the best like most people and stuff, but I can still move. I have rhythm. And with that, if you judge it, it's fucking fine. And might you at home, you stiff as a brick, and that's why you're judging me, because I can't dance like your favorite dancer on TikTok or something. But I'm building up my own confidence as time goes, and watch where it takes me further in life. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna be shy in front of anything ever again, and that's another thing to be like to have as an individual. No lie.
You wanna ask anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay, recently I checked you on the Tropica, what?
Treasure Island.
Yeah. So are you a part of it or?
I'm not actually, but they are announcing the winners of the auditions now this upcoming week. Fingers crossed. If I'm on it, I'm on it. If I'm not, wait for the next opportunity.
One of our ex-members were actually there. Petty Web, maybe you know him.
Yeah, he's my gent. I catch him now and at by Groove.
He told me he blown with you a few times.
Yeah, he's a top class out here. I fuck with that.
Petties! Shout out Petty!
Shout out. He's a top class out here. I fuck with that, man. But yeah, I want like, look, Love Island approached me for their season 2, but they're not even going through with it. But I did decline it at the time because I also felt like my body wasn't up to par, my mind state wasn't there. So I told him, you know, I'd catch me by season 3. Because the thing is with South African series and that, it always starts out shit. But the more money they make and stuff,
it gets better.
Becomes more quality and stuff over time. So I feel like catch me where you guys are actually elite. I want to be on one of the best seasons, man. Yeah, but other than that, opportunities come and they go, bro. If you're gonna get caught up to say, they didn't pick me, what's wrong with me? You're gonna beat yourself down. Just know, there's another opportunity. Might you catch the next one? But away.
Did you watch the Love Island?
Didn't. Not a fuck.
Why?
Because I saw how the people were getting roasted on fucking Twitter and shit, bro. They were getting
I watched like a few episodes. That's how I
watched
got
all
to know
of it,
that
but-
Mali Cherry. But like,
So there's quality like
the other ones,
the
yeah.
UK and the USA.
Like, you see, I studied sound design in varsity. But when I look at the sound design of Love Island, whack. Like what? They were playing music over people's voices. They were like...
But now if you have to go on to Love Island, right? And you're getting now serious with your...
You see, that's also the thing.
Yeah.
I declined Love Island because I'm not looking for fucking love. Why are you gonna put me on an island? I'm gonna take us people for gat. Yeah, I'm gonna waste people's time. Put me on a date to this, maybe I'll go on a date to the next one. I'll show her the same attention.
It's like the perfect character for Love
That
Island.
is a perfect character, yeah.
No, like I'm not there to win it, because to win it you need to be in love. And fuck that, I don't believe that love is even a thing. You just building an emotional connection with the next person. But love is fictional, bro. You find that in a movie or in a book. In reality, it's not love, man. It's not love. It's mostly infatuation. It's how long you can keep that infatuation going.
Do you have any TikTok crush or influencer that you look up to?
In South Africa,
No.
In general.
fuck, I don't really think so, eh? Like I scroll through TikTok and I laugh like most people, but I don't follow anyone. I don't.
No, maybe from TikTok.
Yeah,
No
like this-
TikTok crush.
Fuck, bro. The most I'm gonna crush over you is on Instagram, you know. But like over TikTok, man, fuck. I feel like you have gang makeup on, you know. You found a good lighting and whatever, but show me your real self. You know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But if I look up to someone, I made bras with her as of recent and stuff. Of those Kara. Like
Len.
I look up to her in the sense that she don't give a fuck.
We actually invited her once to our podcast. She never she wasn't around actually. Yeah, she wasn't around to teach her.
I respect her in that sense, that she don't give a fuck about anyone, bro. Like that, I know that about someone. Like if you can fall into your comments and shit, like you see how she replies to her comments and shit. She'll tell them, they'll say, yeah, you look like you like girls. And she's like, why? Because my dick is bigger than yours. So, yeah, no one fucking... That's
I do follow on TikTok, so I do come across her content.
She's a top class lady, I won't lie. So if I look up to someone on TikTok in this country, it's definitely Virdos, bro. Definitely.
Shout out to Bhikoo. Maybe now you'll pitch up on our podcast. What's one piece of advice that you give?
Yo, this one I want to read it. I don't want to slip up in this one. I don't wanna...
Men's came prepared. Yo.
And this one I definitely. If I'm gonna give advice to our generation, even if it's an older generation, younger generation, it has to be, don't stop believing in yourself. Yes, life can get tough and unbearable sometimes, but you've got to pick yourself up and you got to keep moving forward. Cancel out negative people and negative energies in your life and numb yourself to judgment. If you believe in yourself wholeheartedly and you feel your mind, your positivity on a daily, you are guaranteed to succeed in life. Success is not based on a monetary value. It's based on what you've been able to achieve in this short life and what you come out with it. What you leave behind. And that's the best advice I can give to anyone. Stay positive. Keep on running. Keep on fucking driving yourself. The grind is important. Chase the bag. Do what you need to do for yourself as an individual. Yes, you might have people in your life that you care about, that you need to support, and you need to look out for their interests. But at the end of the day, you need to look out for yours as well. You can go at any time. Just don't go with any fucking regret whatsoever.
Okay, so you told us that you stay alone, right?
Yes, sir.
So someone actually told me this because I don't think I was watching your live that day. But they said that you almost got robbed.
Yes, sir. Look, we've been robbed a lot in my life. I've been put at gunpoint a lot in my life. My dad got shot with an AK-47, 2 bullets through his back, came through his stomach, through his arm. He missed every vital organ, and you know, praise to be Allah, he made it. But yeah, nah, I've been through it, bro. There was a point, look, I lived in Mpumalanga until I was 11 or 10 years old. I turned 11 when I moved there. And what happened was, my dad was in Joburg placing orders for like wholesale goods and stuff. And we were alone that side. And literally the power to the estate got cut. I was swimming in the pool outside, and yeah, nah, bro. When I was walking out of the pools, because I saw the estate security, they were running, bro. They were running to the back of the yard. And when I tried to ask one of them, like, Urimo, like, what's going on? They were telling me how the robbers, they here. And in my head as a kid, I didn't really take it to cope. And before I could even get to the house, there was about 14 police officers, fully draped in their police uniform, everything. Half of them were wearing balaclavas and the rest were just free-faced. In that side of the world, my family has quite close connection with the cops and stuff. So we obviously figured out it's an inside job, and the ones that were wearing masks were the cops that we knew. They put me on my knees in the middle of the yard. They had 2 R5 rifles to each corner of my head. And one of the officers got on his knees and he started questioning me. He said, your dad's car is here, where's your dad? I said, my dad's in Joburg. Like, where's your father's money? I said, boss, I'm 10 years old. Even if I wanted to give you that information, I wouldn't know. No one's gonna trust a lie to you with where the money is and stuff. And they just weren't having it. They weren't having it at all. And while that was going on, there was the house that's in the center of the estate that was in front of me. They were breaking down the doors because my uncles were in that house. And while they were questioning me, I just heard screams, bro. So a vital mistake I made was when I went outside to go swim and stuff, I didn't lock the back door of our house. And they snuck into the house and they pulled my aunt and my mom out by their hair. They were dragging my mom and them by their hair, like across the yard next to me. And that shit will always sit with me, bro. It will always sit with me. And this officer then pulled out his revolver from his holster and cocked it back, pointed it at me. And the one guy with the mask came and said, no, this is Evie's lighty. I swear I know this lighty, he's a good lighty, you can't. And he said, but we agreed we're coming here, no witnesses left behind. That guy said, I don't have it in my heart to take his family out. Then the officer said, well, we'll leave this family up to God. He emptied out his clip, all the bullets, he picked up one bullet next to me, put it in the holster, spun it, put it to my head, click, nothing. And I don't know if you guys can see, I have a scar here.
Yeah.
Right after that, he pistol whipped me. He put me out. I woke up in the room with my whole family. We were all tied up and stuff. My top was full of blood. And yeah, bro, that sat with me for so long. It sat with me that I didn't even want to go back that side. I didn't want to go visit family there or anything. I was that traumatized that I never wanted to be in that environment again. And then yet I put myself back there last year, and the first altercation, we were standing outside, we were like signing slips and stuff of the stock that was coming in and out. And I was speaking to my father about, I remember I was trying to still build up the diesel there, so I was telling him about a client that we could push high volume to. And while I was speaking to him, I saw my dad put up his hands, and he was like, nah, I'm sorry, I'll get down. I didn't know what was going on, so I looked like a couple of meters in front of him, and the guy had the gun to his face. And I tried to now turn to run into the office to go get the weapon that's on site. And as I turned in, there were oaks in the shop that were acting as customers. The 3 of them, they probably stood under my shoulder, and all 3 of them grabbed me. And then the one put a gun to my face and he said, try anything stupid, and you'll see now. There's nothing I could do. They put me on the floor next to my father, they took our phones, and then they stole about maybe 14K of what we made that day in the shop.
Yo.
And then about a month later, my parents, this is now the story that you heard. My parents went to Cape Town, so I was on the estate by myself, completely. And I got a call at about 10 o'clock at night, and my dad said, look here, my boy, it's gonna be a tough one, but you're gonna have to man up right now. The security phoned. They said about 4 or 5 guys broke through the back wall and they're on the property. I'm gonna need you to put off the house's lights, all the lights, so they can't see into the house, only you can see out. That's exactly what I did. I had a long barrel shotgun next to me and a 38 special revolver. And in the revolver, look, what we do is we put 1 warning bullet and then the rest are hollow points, because if I'm gonna shoot at you, I'm gonna take you out one time. I was on my knees, I was looking out my bedroom window for a while, about maybe 3-5 minutes. I didn't see anything in the yard. All I could rely on was the moonlight that was lighting up the whole yard. And then I saw a phone flash, and that's when I saw them. They started creeping towards my section, towards the house, and they were creeping in like a very suspicious manner. And I wanted to take my time. I wanted to see is this the guys or is this just the security on the plot? And when my dog started growling from his kennel, that's when I knew these guys are getting too close, and this isn't who I think it is. I'm good at the range. It's one thing shooting at a paper or shooting at a target, but in this moment I had to put the gun against the windowsill. I had it pointed at them, and it was probably one of the toughest decisions I've ever made in my life, because shooting at another life, at another breathing individual, is a whole different ball game. I hesitated, and I had one of my bras with me from that side. His name is CJ, and he looked at me and he said, pull the trigger. And I looked back at him and I said, I can't. I don't know what's telling me I can't, but I can't. And he said, warning shot. And in that moment when he said warning shot, I literally just moved about 2 centimeters to the left, popped the trigger next to his leg, and the whole room went, because the lights were off, so it went bright. My ears were ringing, and I've never heard my heart pound that loud in my life. Like my friend said, you could hear my heart pounding next to me. And yeah, the moment they saw the bang and the flash, they literally they skipped, they ran. We saw them dusting off. And it took me about maybe 10-15 minutes to sit back down against the wall under the window and just breathe, try and recollect myself. And I was shitting myself, I won't lie. I wouldn't want to go through that moment again, no cap.
So based on like so many robberies and stuff that you had, do you not have that fear that it might happen again while you're out alone?
Like in the streets and stuff? Not really. I must say, I don't know if do you know Frank Casino? The rapper. Casino. There was a point last year where we were chilling with his clique a lot. But that moment when I went into rehab, that 21 days, I wasn't out. And my friends were now building beef with his squad. And the day I came out, my friends were like, let's go out. We're taking you out, celebrating your, like, you trying to take control of your mental state and stuff. So I was like, okay, let's go out. Went out, and I remember we got to this one venue, and my friends, all my friends, went to the bathroom, and I was alone with Frank. And Frank told me, do you want to go smoke a cigarette? I was like, okay, fair, let's go smoke a guai. But while walking out of the club, I realized to myself, I've never seen Frank smoke a guai in my life. And as we got on the street, I turned around and looked at him, and he shoved me to the ground. I got up, I still have a scar here in the middle of my finger. I clipped him in like his incisors here, from the bottom. And he backstepped, he rubbed his mouth, and he looked behind me and he said, fuck him up. And before I could even turn to look, there were 4 of his gents behind me. And the one gent cupped me by my neck, and the other one kicked my feet out from under me. And these 4 guys jumped me for about 10 minutes straight. I had my friend's sister on the phone call, and I was trying to scream to her to tell her, come back here, your mans is fucking me up, and I don't know for what. And the more I'm trying to scream into the phone, the more Frank is kicking my phone out of my hand. And the more I'm crawling to my phone, the more he's kicking the phone further down the street. And the more I'm trying to like stand up, they're just kicking my chest, kicking me down. I came out with 2 bruised ribs and a sprained ankle. Like I went to Cape Town that December on crutches. And yeah, like that happened so quickly. It's like you can't even prepare yourself for it. There's no time to be scared or anything. Like it happens in an instant. And I mean, I've been through it, and you do have that uneasiness inside of you that this person can now run up on me and take whatever. But at the same time, you gotta stay strong, man. Because if you're gonna live in fear the whole time, where you ever gonna get in your life? But yeah, bro. I mean, it was traumatic experiences, but these experiences I went through were planned. These were planned robberies. They planned how they were getting in, how they were getting out. No one was ever caught. So like muggings and stuff on the street, I'm not really worried about. If I have to go through that, I'll deal with it in the situation. But yeah, other than that, nothing. I mean, we almost got mugged 2 months ago. If you guys know where Creamy Cafe is in Lovo.
Yeah.
On the outside, like here, you can see these scars here. They ripped my watch off my wrist, and they ripped my friend's watch off at the same time. But the moment they tried running away, we literally just kicked ankles, they fell in, and we fucked them up on site. Our watches are still fucked, but nobody got away with nothing that day. And yeah, bro, if you're gonna show people fear, they're gonna take advantage of you. They're gonna take you for a lighty. So just never show fear. No way.
Oh, that was an interesting story, man.
It was, good deep.
Yeah.
I don't really like this year. That's going out now to the world. No one really knows about that. There's about maybe 3-4 Medis that know my actual story like that. But I'm confident enough to know who I am now to say it was a past experience. You don't live in the past. I don't live in
I didn't know it was so much. Like I only heard about one story, but the other one's yours. It is a bit.
My family's been through it, bro. My family's been through it. Even like hijackings with my dad and my sister, like they've been through the shit, bro. As my dad wants me to fuck off out of this country.
It's a good thing, you know, that you come out stronger than us. Okay, we got like few, but it's like not like a hectic question. It's like
Fuck it, if it's hectic, it's a hectic one.
we usually just ask like sometimes would you rather this or that or yes or no.
Let's go for that one.
Would you ever start an OnlyFans?
No? Would I start an OnlyFans? I'd fuck it up, boys. I had a conversation with a man in Cape Town. He makes 60k a month just by posting his ass cheeks once a week.
Dango, please.
That's a plan.
Says you.
Ass cheeks, bro, 60k a month off of OnlyFans. And the other app, I don't know if you guys know Feed Finder.
I've heard about it, but I haven't checked it.
I won't start Feed Finder, boys. There's one thing there. This is now all the people that know me in my life. I always flex this. As a guy, I probably have the prettiest toes I've ever fucking seen for a guy. My sister and my mother hate it. They're very jealous about it. But if I could, bro, I'd fucking go to Sorbet, man. Get a fucking pedicure. On that day, just take whoop pictures. Whoop, post it. You get $100 per picture. That's 1,610 rand per picture of your toes. And you don't even have to have no toes. You know, there's people with preferences. There's people that they're gonna want to see, okay, Yari, this is my fucking crush on TikTok. This is whatever. I wanna see what his toes are like. $100. Pah, picture of your toes. I'd slut it on. Without a doubt, I'd slut the OnlyFans. I'd slut the Feed Finder.
Okay, the other one I heard was, would you ever make one of your Owen cherries pregnant and then disappear?
One of my own cherries.
And disappear.
In the sense that my bro code is so fucking strong. I will never die. Like even if it's a Medi that they broken up, they exes, I wouldn't. The thing is, with me and my gents, what we do now to do is pass around to the gang. We find one Medi that we know, okay, today Uzi's gonna slut, tomorrow Brandon's gonna slut, like that, and we pass him around like that. But if it's something, if you've been through something serious with a Medi, then I wouldn't ever do something like that. But let's branch off of that question. Would I ever make a Medi tit and fuck off? Yeah. Nah, you deal with that like me. I'm fucking off to a different country. You'll see me in Barbados, cutting my shit.
I don't know, would you ever adopt a child before you can settle down with anyone?
So that was my main plan. I never wanted a woman to say, I can live my life as a solo artist. I know that. As a lone wolf, I can do it. Like pussy's pussy at the end of the day. That's all I'm gonna say. You sliding into one, the next one's gonna feel the same. If not, maybe it's a bit looser, the other one's tighter. At the end of the day, you still fucking getting cooked. But a light is what I want. I've always wanted like I'm so good at kids, bro. My dream is to fucking go to Korea and adopt a light, like a boy, a Korean boy. And fucking just live as a solo artist. That's when worst comes to worst. If I don't fucking believe I can love anymore or settle down, I'll go adopt a light straight.
Make a sex tape.
Would I? Yeah, I fucking probably have like 8 already.
Yeah, sus.
So like your nudes already like.
What the same?
Shit, like your nudes and shit.
Yeah, oh fuck. You know when people say don't take nudes with your face in it, nah? There's one thing I'll never do is take just a dick pic. Like I know my lot size, nah. I want you to see it full proportion to me in the mirror. And that's what I'll do. I'll always take a full body nude if I'm gonna do that shit.
Abs out, everything.
Yeah, no, it's straight. But away, sex tapes and that, I have gang.
When the same person or different people?
Different people. And I know how to see how I fuck with different Medis. Because some Medis, nah, they'll face you straight. They're gonna fuck the shit out of you. They're gonna show you a time of your life you've never experienced, nah. Kanti, it's the same like Osho knees, just laying on her back, just taking lot. She's not moving, she's not doing fuck all. So if there's a Medi that's freaky enough, nah, to say, yeah, she's gonna hop on all fours, or she's gonna do this thing standing, or I can lift her up, yeah, let's record it. I wanna watch back later. I wanna see how I can improve my stroke game. And so if anything has to surface or get leaked, it's not, I wouldn't be surprised. Like fuck, I put myself in that predicament. She has the video. It is what it is. At the same time, I also have archives of their shit. So you leak my shit, I leak your shit. Away. Stitch like that.
Yeah.
Would you ever be a part of a gangbang?
I have been.
Are you being legit? With like you and your Owen?
No, not at my Owens, but like orgies. Yeah. The most was 5 people in one session. 2 Owens, 3 Medis.
Yes.
You wouldn't do it with your gents.
My gents, I don't know, we always fuck around with it, you know, we always speak about it, but I don't think as gents we're confident enough to do it amongst each other. But there is times where we'll be like, there's only one Medi here, choice man, fuck, can you take a back, I take a front, man, let's see what's gonna happen. But yeah, nah,
You play ball?
I used to, back in the day.
What team you support?
United.
Fucking.
Hey, Owens, I know, it's a tough one right now. Fuck.
It's tough for us, you won't beat us. But for now.
What now? This is out of season. How is it that we only perform out of season? Then when it comes to when it matters, we fuck off. Because then everyone wants to be arrogant on the team. They want to act like children. They want to be fucking possessive of the ball. There's no teamwork. Man. Like if I'm going to be honest now, I'm so glad Pogba's gone. So glad. Like when we were versing Liverpool, what was it? Towards the end of the season now, I went to go watch it at the pub. Pogba, literally, Liverpool scored in what? They scored in like the 5th or 6th minute. Pogba said, nah, sub. I was like, what fucking mentality is that? Did you come onto the field with the mentality that you're going to jump off in the first 5 minutes? Like, we're not going to get anywhere if you're not driven enough to fucking win it for us. But it's a swag one. You gents don't have questions about the MILFs? About
I love MILFs.
about streets?
What does the oldest MILF do?
38 with 3 children.
38 with 3 children. Did you get to play with the children?
If I would have lied to 12 years old. I had breakfast, I had Fruit Loops with the youngest daughter, 6 years old, at the table. Breakfast.
Did they start looking up to you as an older brother or as a stepfather?
For 2 weeks because it was getting tough. Like, okay, like your husband's on a business trip, what do you like to teach? She's like, no, I just tell him that you're a real estate evaluator and you had to evaluate the house and stuff. And I'm there like, me? I didn't look like a fucking lighty. What am I?
Did you ever get caught by the children?
By the children?
Like with any
It's
mom?
a 12-year-old now. That 12-year-old lighty. We were playing FIFA now. I whacked him. Starting with maybe a 5-0 game. I remember I was using PSG. This lighty, why are we playing now? He starts it out of nowhere. He's watching the screen, but he's like, don't act like I don't know why we're here. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh shit, now he started a hard gulp, like what the fuck's going on? He's like, nah, I see the distress in my parents' marriage. And I see when my mom's lonely, and I hate whenever she's lonely. So you're not the first gent to walk in here, so don't feel special.
You!
He's 12 years old, boy. And that's just making me feel like I'm fucking, I'm nothing. And I'm like, hey, bro, I don't know what to say to you, but you have a great mother, bro. And he's like, I know I have a great mother. But just know if you hurt her, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what? I just thought you 5-0 on FIFA, what you gonna do? If I hurt your time, what the fuck? But yeah, now that was like a 2-week relationship type of thing. Whenever she wanted me there, I pull up, Fucking, if I wanted a sneaker, she got me a sneaker. If I wanted a new hoodie or something, she would got me a hoodie. Like, she always had me in mind. And then when I broke it off, she was like, she felt that. She phoned me for like a full week after that, like, can we please rekindle it? And I was like, I can't. Like, it's not that I don't know you and your vibe. It's just, I don't know what I'm doing to your children. And I don't know that. Because imagine what the fuck.
Do you think any of our children watch your TikToks now, huh?
No kids. So that lighty, maybe in the second week that I came to the house, he's like, I found you. I found who you are. And I was like, what the fuck? Who is this lighty? Like, what is this lighty doing?
Plain mind.
So you must have a big thing on TikTok. So is this what you do? You cheat on women. You fuck MILFs. And I'm like, bro, you in grade 6. Why are you hitting me like in matric? Yeah, bro, like fuck. But yeah, no, that lighty did find out. But that was like the eldest lighty from any of the MILFs. And that day hit me deep because this lighty was vakerant. Like, he had questions and I didn't know how to respond to this lighty at all. But yeah, now and the MILFs, fuck. Most of my, like, I think I've only smashed about 3 MILFs in Joburg. But most of them come out of Cape Town. Because whenever I go to Cape Town, I'm
telling him before this, we're talking about Cape Town. I haven't been there still,
Bro, fucking need to make a trip, man. Need to make a trip.
Manly. I haven't been to Cape Town and I've never sat in a plane.
Never sat in a plane? Yeah, you must gonna cock yourself on the first time, man. That takeoff when your stomach goes down, you're gonna feel it, bro, no lie. But yeah, now and fuck, whenever I go to Cape Town, I go alone. Can't, man. as of recent, my aunt and them moved there. But normally I'll just book an Airbnb and I'll Uber wherever the fuck I need to go. Or I'll make friends like along the way and shit. And yeah, bro, it was so easy. Fuck. Especially with older women, bro. Like you go out to these places and all you have to do is make eye contact, give a smile, share a wink. From there, the rest of the night is what they want, bro. It's what they want. But nah. There's one thing about this podcast I know, nah, is that y'all didn't really dive into all of that. I felt like
You thought we were gonna like dive into the deep shit.
shit, bro. Like
Why we have this podcast, like, because from what people see, like on TikTok, like what if you
I
watch,
didn't know that side of you, didn't know.
Yeah.
That's the
Just
thing,
think
like-
you are toxic.
yeah, I fucking grind it. I grind it so much, bro.
because it's like even when we just started our podcast and stuff like that, I never really know how to like do it because I never want to go over like topics or like content that people already seen on TikTok of you. Like I wanted it to be like a whole new perspective of the person that's doing. So like even if you watch like with Changa and Sabia and everyone else, like we didn't go so much into detail about content, but more about what's happening in their daily life, so people can see like, okay, like especially what your stories that you told us, like none of us would have thought like, yo, you've been through shit like that, like now we know why you're so toxic and stuff like that. Like so there's a reason why we're having this kind of podcast and not just podcast based on like content of the podcast.
No way. And it's like that's one thing I'll base everyone here and stuff. Age does not determine your maturity. It's your life experiences. What you've gone through in life is what you have to come back from. And how you build up your character after that is what shows maturity. You can either get caught up in the past and live in that shit. You'll never grow as an individual. Or you can live in today, in the present. Because you don't know. Maybe when I leave this podcast, touch wood, car accident, you know. But I know I'm content with myself. I know I'm happy. And when I went out, I was happy. And that's how it
Did you enjoy today's podcast?
I fucking love it.
How do you think you'll come again for it?
Definitely.
Besides a podcast, if we do like
Content videos and definitely, bro. If there's one thing now I keep on speaking to my Owens about, is that look at Cape Town. Look at all these influencers. They're doing shit together. They're building each other up. Yeah, like I said, we get caught up in, I want to do better than this out here. I want to do.
That's the thing. Like you see with our group also, right? Before our group was based on people that were at that time grinding on TikTok. So like it was Petties, it was myself, it was, I don't know if you know Brown, Sapit Brown. Well, he got engaged and stuff, so he like stopped on the whole scene. And then slowly Khalil got into it
I
on
was
TikTok.
forced into it that time, you know.
And he's doing
To be honest now, like, I'm trying to think about your content now, but are you the outie that sits by the desk?
Yeah.
Like, you flex it.
You know what to do.
Yeah,
All I do is
Hey, and fuck, I fucking do see your shit actually. It pops up on my For You page and fucking grind. And
grind, but I have no content. I don't know what to do.
just be a pretty boy. Pretty boy fucking perks. You just have to smile, show your jawline, ladies will follow. And
I've been trying, but I think I want to do some jump content, but I don't know, like also
the thing is now, there's so many people doing jump content.
I think jump content is popping off at the moment.
It is because of people trying to get into that fuck.
The thing, and if you can hit a jump content now while it's popping off, that means we'll be catching a whole jump fan base. So even if we move to another fan base away, then that jump fan base will still.
But it's like
Keep up
too
to
much like influences that does like that Keegan, he does jamming.
But he was always about gym. Like he started on the gym thing, yeah. Like he did his funny shit, but he was always a gym rat. You are asking if I have questions for you, Owens. Do you, Owens, know Ziz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fuck with Ziz.
I used to.
Yeah,
I used to.
sometimes
Like that.
I watch
He
some of
met
his
Jeff.
videos.
You know Jeff said. They were, like from us.
I got my aesthetic era phase from. That's why I'll never push for bulk. I'll push for lean.
Like I don't
Do you
want
listen to
get big, I
hardstyle
just want
music
to-
while you're jamming? What type of music do you listen to?
So it depends. I'm a big deep house fan. So on shoulders and legs and stuff, I'll listen to deep house. I just need that beats that are they're flowing through my veins and shit. Chest days is like hardcore rap. You know, coming to Pop Smoke, maybe even old school Tupac, Biggie, like shit that's gonna fucking push me. And then most of the time it's like fucking Yanos or it's R&B. But you really catch me with a hard style. I feel like I have enough. Also, I dry scoop my pre-workouts. So I have enough fucking pump and drive in me that whatever I'm listening to it's gonna keep me going.
You should start taking pre-workout first of all. We don't take
We don't
pre-workout.
Start a pre-workout. Look, I was never big on it. I felt like I could do shit naturally until I did my first pre-workout, and fuck, you won't want to leave the gym. You'll jump for an hour and a half and still say, I can push another half an hour. Push another half an hour. Even though you're not supposed to, the pre-workout has you there. It has you there. It takes long to burn out. And then the moment it burns out, you fucking, yeah, the amount of satisfaction you have in yourself that you got through an entire session like that, perfect.
Does the output like make you beat your PRs or?
Yeah, definitely. But also, come and say one for the toxic people now. Start a dry scoop of pre-workout before you slap. Voicing you. Before you babs, yeah, you will last, boy. She'll keep your Easter going for maybe 30 minutes to 45. And when you release, now it's that satisfaction to say, start a guy tip to Donald. Start a pre-workout before you babs.
Buy pre-workout just for them.
Once now, put together, it's an expensive bottle. It's about 6 clipper to 750. Buy a tub of psychotic. Psychotic yellow or psychotic red. Try by the yellow first now. Once. It will feel like you maybe start a line or something and now you fucking buzzing. Like you start ecstasy at the gym. That's how strong that pre-workout is.
You must try.
Because we literally go to the gym like maybe about 2 hours a day, but we don't do no pre-workout, just creatine and we pump. But we have like our workout, we do a lot of shit. I know it's paid, but we do a lot of shit with heavy weights.
Same bro, like mine is 2.5 hours in the gym every day. 30 minutes to abs. 30 minutes has to be on abs. After abs, then I'll do an hour per muscle group. Hour on buys, hour on back, hour on legs, hour on shoulders, like that there. So I'll start Mondays back and buys, Tuesdays legs and shoulders, Wednesday chest and thighs. Thursday it will just be like 4 arms and a full session of abs. And then Friday I'll just slowly pump everything again. I'll do 2 sets of every exercise just to get the body pump.
Was like chest and tricep, like you always work out from like since start the gym, or did you change it? Because we used to do like chest and tries, we did like for a year.
You should change it because your body gets used to it, but I've never stopped. I keep it because there's certain muscle groups that work together. Like you can't do chest and buys because your buys are now pumped. Now what happens when you're benching and your buys can't push further than what your chest can push, and you're just gonna fail. But now tries and chest just work together hand in hand. Now where I went from 48 kgs in matric. That's how much I weighed in matric. I was a fucking skinny lighty to 72 kgs last year. 72 kgs, 10% body fat. I got lean and ripped. And then December came, I was partying, I lost gang overweight. So I've only been back in the gym now a month. Back to 64.4 kgs. I want to get to 70 by myself. And then I want to maybe try a pro hormone to try and just beat that barrier. Because there's a barrier, like everybody's body won't exceed a certain limit. Yeah, naturally, it will never. So you need to try and boost it in some sense. I wouldn't ever go to the juice factor, but a pro hormone with some PCT, I'm not opposed to it at all. So if you gents are happy with this podcast, I'm happy. Nah.
We appreciate that you took the time out to come join us.
Up on the Sunday.
If you guys did enjoy today's video, if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications. Follow Mr. Toxic King himself.
Don't.
Pain2ban, his link will be in the description down below.
Please guys.
Follow all of us here. Our links, everything is in the description as usual. And yeah, until next time, peace.